Hey.
Yeah.
Try to get it every single time, Lee.
Absolutely.
Every time. iTunes.
December.
Yes, sir.
It's coming.
Yes, sir.
It's coming.
Hey. Today we have a special guest with us today. I am Brian Williams. Pregnant pause.
I was trying to act like I was on FaceTime, faking like you was on FaceTime. When you ain't want to talk no more, you'd be like, no, I'm joking. I'm Leo.
And together we are Jenesaisquoi.
Jenesaisquoi.
Now, our fellow brother couldn't be here, Adelpho. But we do have a special guest here today. She is degree, bachelor's, next degree, master's.
Yep.
Might be working on her doctorate too.
Yep.
She's fucking phenomenal, man. She's amazing. She's one of a kind. She's a handful, but she's loving. Mm-hmm. She's caring. The one and only Jamisa.
She just missed 10, but we good.
Round of applause.
Thank you.
Jamisa, we are happy to have you here, man.
Absolutely.
We're blessed to have you here.
Yeah. Quick question. How do you spell that?
Jamisa. Jamisa.
Jamisa.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say Misa?
Yeah.
Or J?
That works.
Either or, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Or Jimmy?
No.
No, I don't know. I didn't. Sorry. Trying to be cool. Jimmy Choo. Jimmy!
No.
Hey, man. Hey, we wanted to bring you in, man. You know, we just started this podcast, and this is our 3rd episode, and we're blessed to have you here. But we wanted some females' point of view that's also in a chair, too, as well. Our last one was basically based upon dating while in a wheelchair. Mm. You know, and, you know, kind of slightly tell, if you want to, about your injury, your level of your injury, you know, things of that nature. But we just wanted to get, for our audience, a female's point of view versus just us guys all the time, you know.
Yeah.
So,
sounds good.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Jamisa. So, we know you got your bachelor's.
Yes.
Okay.
And your master's.
And your master's.
Yes.
Shit.
It's finally done so far, completely?
Yes,
or?
done. Thesis done. Accepted. Yes.
And
might be published.
And it might be published?
Yes.
What was your thesis on?
My thesis was centered around the lack of access to healthcare services for women. Yeah. It's a big thing.
Expound.
Please.
Well, you know, being a woman in a chair, I've been to a lot of OBGYN offices. And that specific field of healthcare is directly targeting women. So, for example, if there's any women listening, you've ever gone to an OBGYN office and you have to go for your wellness visit, you have to get on the examining table. Those tables rarely adjust up and down.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I have a ton of upper body strength to help myself. But if you think about like maybe my 80-year-old grandmother, or maybe someone who doesn't have that upper body strength,
Right.
It might be a little bit harder for them to transfer.
Yeah.
And I've thought about this pretty often, and entering into a master's program specifically for healthcare administration has allowed for me to think of it a little bit more about how inaccessible that particular area of healthcare is for women. And not only just physical barriers, but I mean, think about the attitudinal barriers as well. Providers that don't necessarily even understand your disability. Within my research, I looked at, or I found that, you know, there are some providers who have unconscious biases or implicit biases towards women with disabilities, that when women with disabilities, they go to their OBGYN for family planning, and they kind of discourage them in having kids. Some of their reasoning is, well, what if your child comes out with a disability?
Yeah. So kind of pushing them not to have a child.
Yeah. Or you can barely care for yourself. How are you going to care for a kid?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of that stuff is what I kind of targeted in my thesis. So like the physical barriers of like, I mean, y'all could probably relate to this, weighted scales.
Yeah.
When's the last time you ever been weighed at a doctor's office? They usually ask you, well, how much you weigh?
Absolutely.
How much you weigh? So think about a pregnant woman, and you're on medication. Medication has to be adjusted to your weight. So if you don't really know how much you weigh, I could say, oh, I weigh 120, and I probably weigh 160, 170, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you 120. You're going to adjust my medication for 120. So think about your woman. Say she's in a chair and she's never been weighed, and they're administering your pregnant wife, your pregnant girlfriend medication, and they don't even know if it's adjusted correctly. So those are some of the things I touched on.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I ain't even think about that.
Yeah, not at all. And that's exactly why we want to have you here, you know, to give
Thank
that
you.
female point aside. That's something that we wouldn't have thought of at all.
I don't know.
Is that a California law where doctors' offices have to have accommodation when it comes to you or me, or is it a law, or is it just?
Well,
Do you
yeah,
know?
California has very strict ADA laws.
Yeah.
California does, as we probably know. They
Yeah.
have some very strict ADA laws. But
Right.
however, there are still some doctor's offices that are a bit behind. So I work for a hospital. And when going through my thesis, I was very curious to know what we were doing as a hospital. And I work for a federal hospital. I won't say which one. But I work for a federal hospital, and even my hospital, you would think a federal facility is accessible, but we have very few accessible equipment. We might have a few tables that adjust, a few mammogram screening equipment that can adjust to a woman that can't stand, but it's not many. We don't have one at every site, and we have multiple sites. So that's something to think about.
That's a big deal, for sure.
Yeah.
How do you deal with it on the regular when you have to go to the doctor's offices and you see that that's not accessible for yourself? How do you deal with that? Is it more of a mental or a physical thing? How do you deal with it on the regular?
I think for me, mentally, I've already came to the understanding that I am venturing through a world that was not made for me. This world was not made for me. And even now, with their curb cuts, their ramps and elevators in some establishments, still oftentimes that's not enough, and it's not as effective.
Right.
So one thing I like to say about me, at least with me having a disability, I would say I am probably one of the best problem solvers, and y'all could probably say that about yourselves. Having a different disability makes you a great problem solver.
Absolutely.
So for me, going to the doctor, I'm not as hesitant because I already know to expect some fuck shit.
Yeah.
I'm already expecting it. So I'm already expecting it. And thankfully enough too, like I mentioned, I have a lot of upper body strength, so I can really help myself. I can transfer easy.
Yeah.
Minutes, top, maybe less than that. But still, that doesn't take away from the people that don't. Thankfully, I haven't encountered any issue at a doctor's office where I was just like, dang, there's nothing that I can do.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing I can do. I haven't came across that, but who's to say I won't if I decide to family plan later?
Absolutely.
Me with the big belly, imagine me trying to transfer with the big belly. That might be a little bit harder.
Yeah.
So those are some things that I do think about, and I always think about the people that can't. So
Yeah.
What would you say is the most common thing that you run into when you go to the doctor's office?
doctors that don't necessarily understand my disability or don't understand me. And I'm sure y'all can relate.
Yeah.
I don't think that I've ever had a physician who has had experience dealing with a person with a spinal cord injury.
Really?
I'm kind of like their experiment. They're kind of doing a little research along with me.
You feel that, or you just know it for sure? Just
I know
by
it
the
for
questions?
sure. I know it for sure based on their questions.
And you're okay with that?
No, but I mean, what do? I don't think that, like when you go and you do search criteria for a doctor.
Yeah.
They don't have that. That's not one of those search criteria that has experience working with people with physical disabilities. That's not one of those criteria you can kind of narrow down the search for physicians.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do I do?
Some do. Some. Just depends. You're in LA, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, in LA.
Yeah.
In LA. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, BJY and transferring to the tables.
What are some of y'all's? I want to know. Like your challenges or barriers or obstacles when going to see the doctor.
Oh.
Curious.
Going to see a doctor. I don't really. I've been with the same doctors for the past 14 years. They know me. I don't really have too many issues. Now, when I have personal issues, with my body, then I, go and relate things to the doctor. But I don't have too many going inside of locations or places or things. Or no, I don't have. You have any issues?
None. I'm fortunate to not run into anything.
And that's the difference between a man and a female.
Yeah.
And to be able to experience that barrier that you're speaking upon is something that me and Leo or probably another guy in a wheelchair wouldn't experience.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's sad to say this, but it's because the way the world views everything. Like with women, it's like, oh, that's, it's like care. But with men, it's like,
whatever.
Like you don't see nothing on the curb for us on Father's Day. But Mother's Day, it's like every corner,
and then we just adjust. Us men, we just adjust. Like, fuck it. This is what it is. We're just going, all right. We won't even complain about it or say anything about it. Not saying you're complaining, but we just, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. We're just going to deal with it and handle it as it comes.
Right.
I
think women are more like, nah, I'm about to fix this shit.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not about to accept this. Not if my kids got to deal with it. That's how they, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference between us and them, Yeah.
But also, too, it's also understanding. I mean, we will speak up. We will say something. But also, too, it's oftentimes good to look at each situation and say, is it worth my energy?
Yeah.
That, too.
Yeah. Now, I might say something along the lines as far as like a restaurant. Mm-hmm. If I go to a restaurant and it's not really accommodating, or, you go to the restaurant, they want to automatically put you in the table with the 4 chairs and pull out a chair. And I like to transfer to a booth.
Right.
Me too.
Like going to the movie theaters, like I want to get out the chair. So those are the only things that I kind of find that, okay, I speak up about.
They assume that we feel most comfortable sitting in our chair.
Yeah. You feel more comfortable?
Do you?
In certain situations.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So if you're at a restaurant and you pull up to a booth and they ask you to check your chair in, are you going to give them your chair, or you going to keep your chair by your side?
Check my chair in.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had them say check my chair in, but I have had, certain restaurants that would ask me like, hey, can we just move this over here? This is where we'll put it. I always make sure that they let me know where they're going to put it, and it's going to be somewhere that is safe.
So you're not terrified of just not having it by your side just in case something just pops off? You can just hop in it?
Well, I like to make sure that I know where it is. It's not too far, like it's across the room.
So you will crawl to it?
No. I mean, if I'm at a restaurant, I'll probably be with somebody else, like my god sister or my sister or someone. So I'd hope that the person that I'm with wouldn't ditch me and would get my chair for me. So
it took me a while to grasp that too.
Man,
any restaurant I go to, majority of the time, can I take your chair? And I'm in the beginning, I'm like, no.
Exactly. My first 2 years, I'm like, nah, it's where it is.
But I kind of do the same thing you do. I just kind of make sure that, okay, I can see. Okay, where you going to take it? Oh, okay. And then whoever I'm with, go check on it for me. You never know, like a fire pop off or people start running.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
What we going to do?
It's going to be Popeye Leo.
It's like on the airplane. Everybody hop up and...
Oh, yeah. You the last one to get off.
Right.
I need the window. But
for real.
Are there any other things that that you feel as women have to deal with that might be a little more difficult that us men in wheelchairs might not comprehend? What are some other things that you might think that's a little more difficult?
Well, let's see. You said you were talking about dating, right?
She did not want to. She did not want to go there.
She did not. She was trying to go away. Here we go.
Well,
Here comes the seesaw.
I think
Take a sip.
Yes, please.
dating. I would say a woman that's attracted to men, and you guys are men attracted to women. Women by nature are caring. They want to help, you know? So when I see the dynamic between you and your girl, she's always like willing to step in and help you out. And I like that. I think that's cool. We don't get that from men. They don't just automatically jump in and help. Like, she's so attentive to your needs to where you don't even got to ask her. She sees you moving in a way and she's like, okay, let me go help.
Do you think there are men like that?
Maybe. But I don't think that aware. And I don't know if it's just something in your makeup.
No, I think it's what we touched on, not on the show, but a while back. Me and him were just talking, and I think it's a nurturer aspect of women. Yeah, that they just, I got what you need. Okay, I got it. You need some help? They have that nurturing aspect, and a man is just, we men.
What you gonna do?
You gonna fall? You gonna get up? What's up?
You fell down. You gonna get back in the chair?
Yeah.
Oh, you need some help. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Women, we're nurturers, we're carers. We want to help. We want to fix. We want to make you feel good. And also too, a lot of women, I can't say for all, and I hate making all women, all men type statements, but most women, we're paying attention, we're watching, we're observing, we're learning you. Yeah. I feel like some of the men that I've dated, they don't necessarily fully take the time to do that. Yeah. Some do, and I have came across some, but not all. Yeah. That I've dated. So I think that's one thing.
For sure.
Another thing too, though, and I don't know if y'all ever came across this or felt this way, but because we have disabilities, we sometimes feel as if we need to show the world that we can do it, because in a lot of people's eyes, they feel like y'all can't. Oh, you can't. A lot of people focus on the things we can't do. Yeah. And I know for me as a woman with the disabilities, I'm always trying to demonstrate, nah, I can. And let me show you how I'm going to do it. Yeah. So I remember dating a man, and I'm so independent. I'll get my chair in and out with the quickness. I get it in and out. But
30 seconds.
Yeah, real quick. And he would be standing by, like, waiting for me to, instruct him. Yeah. I see your girl. She just step in and she just grab it. Yeah, Yeah. But yeah, they'll stand by and wait. Like, let me wait for her to tell me what to do. Yeah. So I just put it together myself and hop right on in.
But you do understand that that's something that has to be told to us men because of how we think.
Yeah, I've learned that as I gotten older.
I was just about to say. So are you dating right now?
Yes.
So does your guy still wait or?
No, I think by now we have a system where he already knows, like, okay, what I need help with, what I don't. But, when it's a new situation, when it's a situation that's new, you just kind of getting to learn me. In those situations, they're kind of just standing by.
But you, knowing you, do you really want him to help you?
It depends. It depends. It depends. Like, if I'm really struggling, yes. But you ever had those people help you out and they're making it worse?
Like, bro, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. No. Put it down.
Yeah, or you stop. It's just to stop.
Got the chair upside down.
Yeah.
Hitting the side of the car.
Side guards falling off.
Okay. Cool. Then that's when we have to develop patience because they don't know. Mm-hmm. Which can be frustrating. I think what you're saying is very accurate. I think us men are we're more of just let's just get it done.
Yeah.
Let's just get it done. And women are more nurturers. You know, they want to help and, you know, make sure you're okay. Make sure. Now, do you find your best friend or female friends when you're out with them? Do you find them more of, I got you. No,
I don't even gotta ask. They already know. Yeah. Like, you know, if I'm going up like a little hill, they'll instantly come behind me and like, all right, let me help you out a little bit. I don't even gotta say, hey, can you help me out? This hill kind of a little steep. Yeah. They instantly step in. They'll instantly step in. And that's some things too. Like even if I'm with my friends and then my dude is there, they'll step in before like the guy will.
Yeah.
They'll instantly jump in and do.
Yeah.
See, that's different with us because, you know, you better get up that hill.
Yep.
Come on. Come on.
So y'all not
you
gonna
got
ask
it.
your girl to give you a little.
I mean, if she's with me, you know, of course.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to, like you said, I don't say nothing.
Yeah.
They automatically push that thing right up, you know, and I'm like, okay, cool, I appreciate it. But if they're not there, then I'm gonna do what I do. You know.
Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna jump right in it. So you no. You said you're dating. How long have you guys been dating?
It's been 3 years, almost 4.
Almost 4. How do you guys navigate through the intimacy part of your relationship?
I think it's pretty easy because he, unlike the other guys that I've dated, he's very attentive. He watches, he observes. Probably not to the level of a woman, but he does it more
not to what?
Of a woman, like the way women would, like your girl does.
And you would want him to be more attentive?
Yeah, if I could take your girl and make her a man, that'd be great. Because I be seeing how she like moves with you. I'm like,
you know they make them like that now.
No. No, thank you. But no, he is very attentive. He watches, he listens, he observes and learns. And also too, he'll ask questions.
Yeah.
But I think at this stage, he kind of already understands and he knows like where to jump in and where to help. So I don't have to necessarily tell him as much.
But you guys been together for 4 years.
But newly dating people, when you first meet somebody, it's like, it's
a little thing.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah. So, you know, we had a question in a certain topic about last episode we had. I'm gonna bring you that same question. Do you like your toes to be licked and sucked, or is that just something that you're just not interested in?
I'm not interested in it. I think if I feel like everyone has a preference, they have the thing that they like.
Yeah.
That's just not my thing.
She's looking at me like,
Never asked you, what is your level of injury?
T12.
T12. Oh, so
T12. Real low.
Man, she weighs down.
Yeah.
She low. She got all her abs. You know, she got all her. She can put her hands up real high.
Let's see.
See, don't stop playing with me.
Wait a minute.
Raise your hands up.
The hand thing. She mentioned that earlier.
She got jokes. So you know we paralyzed here, so she can go both hands.
You
way
can't
up
put
here.
both your hands up.
Nah, it's not super high.
Let me see how high you can go.
I'm not gonna play with it.
Come on, let's see.
No. I'm not about to
you can't do this.
Listen, I see you moving too. You know.
I'm moving, but I ain't moving like that. You can't do this for real.
I'm not gonna play with it.
Come on, B. People want to see.
If you fall, you know your girl gonna come over and help you.
Listen,
real quick. She gonna catch you before you even hit the floor.
Put your hands up.
The song says we fall down, but we get up.
Yeah.
Back to the question.
Yeah.
Not my preference.
Not your
I
preference.
understand that that's some people's thing.
Man, you don't like your toes licked?
Respectfully, that's not my thing.
I wouldn't even just want to get jiggy with it like Will Smith. He just want to
No.
setting the mood right, you know, and he just so happened to.
I don't think that's gonna set the mood for me
You don't
because
think
it's
so?
not my thing. I don't like it. Doesn't.
Okay,
give
so
me-
what is your thing?
Is it because you can't feel it?
That too, probably.
That possibly.
But also too, it's like because it's not my thing. I just don't understand it. I guess
You got a foot phobia?
I do.
Oh, that's why.
I do. I don't like feet. Don't put your feet on me or near me. I'm gonna cry. Don't do it. Don't you do it? Yeah. Not my thing. My thing though, I like just like physical touch, like hugging, kissing. You know.
Yeah.
That type of thing. You can touch my feet. That's not going to be like, ooh.
Got you.
Eddie.
Why?
Why?
Why? Yeah.
I just don't. I
You
don't.
don't. Thought you was gonna be like, 'cause I can't feel it.
Yeah. Y'all like feet? Y'all feet men?
I suck them. Yeah.
You do?
Of course.
Oh, yeah. I think you told me that before.
I suck them. I put the whole foot in my mouth.
Of course. Fresh out the shower.
Oh.
Yep.
She get home from work. Let me just rub your feet right quick.
No.
She like, no.
How do you keep your relationship alive with your significant other?
Communication. I think that's like a big thing. In the beginning, it's something we struggled with, but as we progressed in our relationship, it's something that we became a lot stronger with, and I feel like it's brought us closer.
Yeah.
Talking about our feelings, talking about what we like, what we don't like, and the things that are bothering us. Because what I've noticed is that a lot of men, they bottle things up inside and they don't necessarily vocalize it.
Yeah.
But, creating that space for him to learn that it's okay. Be vulnerable with me. Tell me things that probably want to make you cry. Let me know.
Make you really emotional.
Yeah. So I think that's what has definitely kept our relationship strong.
Okay. Okay. And you said you and your boyfriend been together for 4 years?
Almost
4 years.
Almost 4.
Where'd y'all meet?
A bar.
Oh.
A bar. Yeah.
Bar.
Yeah.
Like, explain the first 5 minutes of that encounter.
Oh, I was drunk. I was drinking. I think I told you the story, right?
Told me.
Okay. So, I was with my god sister, and she was going out on a date with this guy that she had first met. This was her first time going out, and she asked me to go with her. And I thought that was a little strange at first. I was like, I'm not the third wheel with you. What? And she was like, no, please come with me. We were going to the bar. So it's going to be like, like a bar-like setting. It's not like a romantic relationship or date where we're like, candlelit dinner and you just sitting to the side. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go, and all three of us are kind of just drinking. And I actually met him back in 2015. So I met him a while before we actually started dating.
Yeah.
So I was drinking, and my god sister actually pointed him out. She was like, oh, look at that guy over there. And me being drunk, I was like, ooh, I want him.
Ooh.
That's what I said. Ooh, I want him. That's what I said, being drunk. So she beelined over there, and I'm like yelling at her, no, come back, please. Don't embarrass me. And she gets him, brings him over. We don't really talk too much. It's very loud in there. So we just exchange information. And we started texting. Well, the first time we text, he revealed he had a girlfriend. So I was like, oops, cut off. I don't want to deal with you. So we just stayed connected on social media. We never really communicated past that. Fast forward to 2018. I had just gotten out of a relationship, and I had posted a picture on Instagram. I was at the Shea Moisture booth at one of these conventions, like a beauty convention, and I took a picture, and he slid in my DMs. And then from there, it was history.
It go down in the DM. It go what? It go
Yeah.
down in the DMs.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
DM girl.
DM girl. No.
Do you find it, so paralyzed at 15, right? 15, 16. Do you find yourself that you have to communicate with him a little bit more now that you're in a wheelchair? Like about just yourself on how you deal with things, or do you feel like you have to open up a little bit more?
I feel like I do, because he likes communication. He loves it.
Yeah.
And for me, I'll communicate a little bit, but like I think I mentioned, everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
And it'll take me time to really share with you those things that are really, really deep. Those really personal things about you.
Why do you think that is?
Now that I've been really trying to do some self-exploring, really trying to understand myself, being paralyzed at a young age, I realized that I instantly went into protection mode, protecting myself.
Right.
I'm a young girl, Kids are cruel. You know, so I have to protect myself. And my mom, she helped me protect myself.
Yeah.
Helped me withhold some of those things that I didn't really necessarily want to share with everybody, or I didn't feel the need or desire to share with anybody. So I've been in a protection mode since then with certain things about myself. But with him, it has definitely put me in a space to where I have to now be more open, because he wants that and he needs it in order for this relationship to work. And if I don't do that, then this relationship won't work. And
So
you
found you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying we did have a rough patch where that communication, the lack of communication, was causing issues between us, and we were arguing what it seemed to be daily. We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
It was a lack of communication on both ends, or just?
I think it was both ends.
Yeah.
Both ends meaning me not really want to share as much because I wasn't comfortable and I was still in that protection mindset. And then him kind of withholding his frustration with it so long until it got to a point where he was just upset. And then when he would voice it, it would come out in anger. So, which led to then fighting. And I'm a sensitive person.
Very.
I am sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm a very sensitive person. So I don't like being yelled at. Don't yell at me. Don't raise your voice at me. We gonna fight.
But now you guys in a better, sweeter spot.
Yeah. We are in a better space today than I think we've ever been. Ever been.
How did you get there?
Working on myself. Sometimes you notice the issues that you have in relationships are sometimes due to the issues you have with yourself. Some of those insecurities, some of those habits you might have built up. And when you start to do that self-reflection to really learn yourself and learn, Janesa, why do I do these things? Why do I react this way? Why do I feel uncomfortable doing certain things? Yeah. That's when you really get to learn yourself, and you get to become a better partner for your person.
Gotcha.
So.
That's a gem.
Man, I was saying things. She's
That's a
dropping
gem.
jewels. Fuck, man.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh my gosh. I always get scared when you ask me
No.
questions.
It'd be innocent. It'd be real innocent. Would you date a guy in a wheelchair?
Are you kidding me?
Would you?
Like,
I'm sorry.
all right. This is just my preference. This goes back to everyone has preferences, and no one should be attacked for their preferences. Everyone has a right to have their preference. Y'all like feet? I don't. Preference.
All these disclosures. Yeah, like we.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Don't like 'em.
Let me let y'all know.
Let me tell you right now.
Before we even start
I'm
talking
just
about
saying.
this. Before we even.
Okay.
All right.
So, when you say date at this stage, you know, now I'm like 21.
She gonna hold on to that
I'm
forever.
holding on to it. I'm 21. So, you know, now that I'm at this stage of the game, if I'm dating someone, I'm dating to be with you in the long run.
Long run.
Yes, long
Or
run.
forever.
Long term. Yeah, long run.
Forever.
Long run.
What's long run is
I
like
hate that
short.
forever word.
Long run is
I
like
hate
short
that
term.
forever
to me.
word.
Yeah.
Y'all bringing up some triggers.
I'm
from
just
them
doing
past
long distance. We
relationships.
just trying to do long
We
distance.
doing long run.
How far is your
I'm gonna
distance?
fuck with you when I get there.
In the long run, yes. To be with you down the road, yes. I'm looking at it, you know, down the road. I don't think that I can be with somebody who's in a chair as well.
Well, why not?
Well, I know that there are certain areas for which I lacked. I am very smart. I can speak very well. But I can't reach the top shelf. I can't reach the top of the refrigerator, and I can't reach.
But you got claws.
They can use the claws though.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The claws ain't always. Imagine we in a grocery store. Where the claws at? By the shopping carts.
And claws are the little
Grabbers.
grabbers.
They're
so you
grabbers.
can
Grabbers. They're
grab items.
grabbers.
I have one of those at home, but I can't tell you how many times I misplace it. So,
Because you don't need it.
yeah.
Wait.
I mean, yeah.
So y'all don't use leg braces to stand up and get on the walker to go get what y'all need?
No.
So I'm the only one who do that.
I ain't never did that. I know.
So it's gonna take you 5 minutes to reach the peanut butter on the top shelf.
I just take a little stick or broom and just knock that bitch down.
I do that too.
I do that all the time.
And pray that it don't break.
Yeah.
I just put my shit on the counter so I can just go get it.
Yeah, that works too.
Y'all
but-
put shit back. I don't put shit back.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know that there are certain areas which I lack, and I feel like in a partnership, for me, I want someone who can fill in where I'm lacking. Yeah. And there are certain physical things that I am lacking. And it's not to say that a person in a chair is not dateable. It's just that it's just not my preference. I have, though, dated a guy in a chair. I have.
How was that?
It was cool.
Was it fun?
It was fun. It was cool. It was, I was a lot younger. I was very, curious about what that was like.
Yeah.
It was cool, but I don't think that he would be the standard for me to use, because he could stand. He was in a chair, but he could stand.
Could he move his legs?
Yeah.
Oh, homie was good.
He was good. He was good. I was surprised when I seen him do that, but
Did it piss you off?
it did. I felt like he was faking. I felt like he was faking. And
Like, damn, I done gave him some vagina. He can use his legs still?
No. Yeah, I was just like, I thought he was faking. I told him he didn't deserve disabled parking. But yeah. Yeah, but no,
My
I don't
serious, real question, piggybacking off of what he said before I forget. Can you feel sex?
Yes.
That's for the viewers and followers. Everyone is different.
Yes,
Some
they are.
can, some can't. I
She can
can't.
still feel it.
Yeah, it's important to speak to other people with disabilities. Everyone doesn't have the same limitations.
Yeah.
Everyone is different. Even being a person with a disability, I had to learn that as well. Brian was my first guy friend in a chair. So when I had 101 questions, and he was very outgoing. He was not shy to answer any of those questions. So
What questions did you have for Brian?
everything.
Like what?
How do you transfer?
We actually raced one time.
We did.
I bet you I can beat you getting out the car first.
Ready?
Man, let's go.
And of course I won.
No, you lying.
I won.
Okay,
I
you
won.
won. She won.
Exactly.
She won.
Yeah. So, I had everything like putting jeans on. Like, how is that putting jeans on? Like, do you wiggle around on the bed?
I know
I
I
was
do.
asking him every question.
Oh my God, nigga.
He said,
That
"Did
shit
you
was
just
crazy.
Tell him, Lee.
I couldn't believe it. That was the first time I seen somebody put on some clothes that fucking fast in my life. I'm still still putting my shit on. This nigga already dressed. I'm like, nigga,
We was in Miami.
the fuck?
We was in Miami. We got an Airbnb
Oh my
for
God.
my birthday, and we was in the same room with different beds. And, I'm getting dressed. He getting dressed, and when I flip, I throw my whole body to the side. He said, "Did you just roll your whole body over?"
The whole thing. How do you get in your bed?
I transfer. I do a
You
straight
just
across.
do that,
Yeah.
and then you just do the legs,
You
right?
Yeah.
grab your legs one by one, or
One by one.
Not Brian.
hell.
Not Brian.
You like a fish out of
That
water.
nigga- it's so quick. It's so quick. You don't even see it
I
happening.
need to see that.
It's so
Hey.
quick.
I need to see it.
I got him up.
It's so quick.
Him. Next time, record him. I
It's
wanna see
so
it.
quick.
That's a lot of words.
She's not
man.
gonna catch it. That's how quick it is.
You gotta
telling
give
you.
her a warning so she can record.
It's so fast. It's so
Man,
fast.
just
And then he
move.
he sit up real quick too. It's like a. All right, let me get my.
Ain't got no abs.
And I'm still on my chair, and he already
Yeah,
bruh.
I know. I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt myself doing something like that. So
That's probably the reason why I have shoulder problems now.
Oh, because of that.
Just due to bodying my body.
Oh, gosh.
bodying my body.
Just throwing it around.
Yeah, throw that bitch around.
Note to self, Leo, don't
Body your body.
Body your body.
body the body around.
Yeah, my
Got it.
rehab doctor told me that years ago. I understand you're strong, but you might wanna. But I don't know no other way. Now I try to call back a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's just hard.
We gonna get you a transfer board.
Man, did you have a transfer board?
Yeah, for a little bit.
What?
Yeah, that thing was not easy. It made it worse
Yeah.
for me. So I was like, this is useless.
Yeah.
Throw this away. it didn't help me. It didn't make the process any easier.
Yeah.
Cause y'all ever transferred? You had on jeans and it got like
Hell
tucked up
yeah.
into your jeans or your pants or whatever.
That's
Yeah.
why I pull them bitches so high now.
So just so that we're clear, you won't date a guy in a chair. You don't see it forever with a guy in a chair.
No.
The word forever.
No.
No.
I don't.
Okay. And it's a leg thing for you.
It's a leg thing. No, it's not like the leg thing. It's what
I
I'm
just wanted to
saying
say
is that I know where I lack.
Right.
And I know where I would like for my man to kind of fill in.
He needs to be your strengths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
I feel the same exact way.
Wait, you wouldn't date a girl in a chair, Brian?
Nah.
You wouldn't? So you're saying we're undateable? I'm just kidding.
No.
Have you seen one that you would be like,
Absolutely.
yeah?
Absolutely.
How
I've
about
seen-
you? Have you?
Yeah, today.
On your way here or when you went to CVS?
When I saw her pull up in the parking lot
Oh.
when I was at CVS.
It must have been the elderly lady going
And
to
then
the
I
coffee
seen her
shop.
getting out the car. I was like, oh shit. She's in a chair. All I saw was the back of her. I didn't see I just saw the wavy
Oh, you see
hair.
the hair.
The wavy hair and the flannel. And I'm like, why the fuck she got flannel on? It's hot as hell. But I was like, whatever floats her boat.
I was hoping he had a nice little air system in here, but we all in here melting.
Hey.
You Milton.
I am.
You fine.
I wish y'all could wear my hair for like
You do have
Yeah, you do have some long hair.
get y'all some wigs.
definitely have some long hair.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm good.
Hey.
So you say you might. Yeah, maybe. No? Yeah. What's your answer? Yes or no?
I mean,
Yes or no? Would you date a girl in a chair? Let's take out the forever. Let's think about just dating. Because that's what I was thinking of back then. Like when we connected, I wasn't thinking of forever because I was young too.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even thinking about forever in that moment.
to be honest, I feel the way you feel. You know, I lack where I lack, and it just wouldn't be my preference. Would I try it? I don't know. I haven't met one to be like, let me try. So
Yeah. I know too, like one of the things is I'm sure a lot of people can relate. You ever have those days where you just like, I don't even want to take this chair apart?
Man, I sit in my car
And
for
you
a whole
just-
hour.
Yeah, same
an
here.
hour. I didn't
Or
fell
put it
asleep in
together.
my car.
I fell
Yeah.
asleep for sure. A few
Yeah.
hours.
So
For sure.
I had one of those moments. I was like, man, take my chair apart, and it took him forever to take my chair apart. And he did that thing
you
where
got-
it was like falling over, and I was just like, yeah.
You got
see?
upset the side guards and fell
Did
out.
he grab the side guards instead of the bar?
No, because he was in a chair too, so he understood the side guards come off like that.
Oh,
but
the guy.
still-
We're talking about the guy
Yeah,
in the
'cause-
chair. I thought
yeah.
we were talking about somebody else.
When I'm getting back to, like you said, we relate where
Right.
we want to a guy that can fill in where we lack our
Right.
strengths.
Yeah.
Brian said, and then I asked him like, hey, take my chair apart because I'm just not in the mood to, and it just took longer for me to
Yeah.
ask him.
Right.
Yeah, it
I
was just
got
like
you.
a whole thing. I was just like, yeah, I'm not asking again.
So Jamisa would not date a guy in the chair.
No.
Leo
I have
wouldn't date a
before,
female.
please. I have before,
Yes.
but not for the forever.
So was the intercourse better, or was it like a?
It was no different.
No different.
And I think,
I don't think that's fair though, because he still could use his legs.
yeah, so that's
Yeah,
what I'm
he-
saying.
he-
Like, he could use his legs.
Yeah,
he
He'll
had-
walk it, motherfucker.
yeah, exactly. He
I
was-
think he tricked you to get in your
He got that
pants.
pelvic thrust.
no.
He definitely tricked you to get
And
in your
then
pants.
his legs just wiggling and shit, but he got that pelvic thrust.
He was like, "Let me put this chair in this car so I can get a girl."
That
Real
nigga, he
quick.
couldn't stand up in that porcelain.
He
We
definitely
gotta-
stood up.
We be laying down in that motherfucker, turning to the side in that
definitely stood up.
motherfucker,
Yeah.
flipping over in that motherfucker. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thank
I had
you.
a flashback.
I see.
do got a question.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Right. So there was another question on last week's episode. I want to ask you:
Okay.
would you let a guy toss your salad?
No.
No, you're not
That's
interested
not my
in that
thing
either.
either. That's another one
That's
thing.
another thing. That's a no.
No.
Would you try it?
Have you ever done it?
No.
No,
I'm not interested.
not interested.
No.
And you can feel that area.
Yeah,
still, right?
and
you
I don't.
just
I don't play the
He
booty.
ain't nobody ever just
licked it like.
No, because I get a
went down
little
now.
concerned when you're venturing elsewhere. Like, what are you doing?
So you can't relax. You nervous down there when somebody's
Yes,
down there because you don't know what they're gonna
no,
do.
I'm not nervous, but when I see someone going places
Venturing
that I'm
off.
not comfortable with, I'm like,
Hold on, player.
what is you doing?
hey.
You all right?
Well, that just mean he ain't fast enough.
Probably-
He ain't fast enough. I'm gonna get to that bitch.
So y'all like that?
Absolutely.
What?
You down there? You might as well do it.
Aim to please your partner.
I stick my tongue in it too.
Well, I'm very grateful enough that my partner is okay with that, not doing that. I think we're on the same page with that. Communication.
He licked the ass, just don't know.
Communication. He probably did it and you didn't know it.
He did not.
He probably
I'm pretty sure he did it.
I promise you.
I'm pretty sure he was like, oh, my bad.
I can bet my bottom
Whoa,
dollar.
what are you doing?
Your bottom dollar?
My bottom
The bottom
dollar,
one.
The bottom one, the
I got
last
it.
dollar.
That's right by it.
Yeah. Then no, he's never done that.
Okay.
We're on the
okay.
same page when it comes to that.
Communication, right?
Yes, communication.
Is key.
You told him you didn't like that.
Yeah, we
Got
talked
you.
about that.
So that's why it
like,
doesn't
yeah,
happen, guys.
no,
Respect.
it's a strong no.
Respect.
Would you? Never mind. No.
Thank you. I already know where you're
God,
going.
no, yeah.
Mhm.
Nope.
Jamisa.
I knew where you're going.
Can you spell your name again?
Jamisa, Jamisa, but I go by Misa.
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 Misa. I was
Misa's
calling.
good.
I want to call him Misa when I'm upset, but
Yeah.
Jamisa.
Yeah.
Hey, we had a phenomenal fucking time with you on the show, man. We really did. We were glad that we got you here, even though we tried to keep it PG-13, and we did to an extent.
I'm
'Cause
very
we
grateful.
didn't really go in.
I'm
No, I
very
think we're good. The
thankful.
Christians can watch this.
You know.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. My
They'll be fine.
grandmother can watch this.
Yeah, it's innocent.
Yeah. We
Thank
greatly
you.
appreciate you, man, for
My
coming.
grandma was a freak. I don't know about y'all grandmother. Let's not
Well,
talk about that though.
That's for another podcast,
Rolling
not this
Stone.
one.
Yeah, that's why I said never mind.
We appreciate you, baby, for
Thank
coming
you.
on the show.
Absolutely.
You're
Charming in,
welcome.
tuning in.
You're
It would
welcome.
not be the last time. We're going to have a group of us next time.
Yeah.
You know, more females, more women. But we're
Sounds
glad
good.
that you came in and gave me insight on it.
Okay.
Appreciate
Thank you
you.
very much. Until then, this is Jenesaisquoi,
Jenesaisquoi.
Thank you.
C'est quoi?
and we are out.